throughout this entire split. So, what will we continue it with? The first ban there, the Fizz that Quas just went off with yesterday. They don't want to let him have anything that will possibly give Team Liquid an edge.
Yep, this was actually a really tough game for Liquid when they played TSM. The only kill was onto Wildturtle at the end when they were sieging their fountain. So TSM played this one very methodical, and they seem to have Team Liquid's number on how to play around the map. The bans still continuing with Maokai and Morgana, getting the M's out of there with Kalista and Fizz, as we already said before. So looking at a few of the AD carries, as well as just hitting comfort picks all around the map. Zed gets taken out from Bjergsen. He won't be making any shadow plays this game, and we have one more.
Interesting.
I think it'll be a mid laner here.
Will they leave up the Ahri? I mean, even after the nerfs to Ahri, Bjergsen's gone back to it and still performed on it. So
yeah.
Definitely a very strong assassin for him. The Zed ban for Bjergsen, very curious there. Although he's definitely drawn Zed bans before.
Yep. He played it back in week 4 against Gravity
for him to use.
But yeah, exactly. It's kind of like banning out something when you know he just has another high tier to pick. It's something they don't want to mess with, though. Maybe to stop type of split push composition. We don't really see that from TSM. Maybe Team Liquid has that in their mind. Lissandra makes her way all the way through. That's been rare lately, but it is going in the hands of Quas most likely.
Yeah, such a ridiculously strong champion at the moment. We always go over the flexibility of first picking her. Great first pickup for Team Liquid. Will provide that hard CC that they need to deal with Bjergsen. Anytime you're facing a team like Team Solomid, where they've just got one extraordinary playmaker, it's always great to have something like Vi, like Lissandra. Since Vi is banned out, they do take up
I'm glad you mentioned that. That's an interesting ban, not seeing Dominate play it. Does that almost tell us TSM is going for a certain type of composition? Because I feel like that ban is almost something that won't affect
TSM's bans right now are targeted at just single champions that they do not want to face from Liquid.
All right.
It's not really a cohesive set of bans here. Just really good performances from Quas on the Fizz, and the annoying factor as far as Vi ganks are concerned on mid. I know that Bjergsen specifically really does not like to play against that champion.
Okay, makes sense. We do have the Annie going through. Xpecial will be picking that up. Did not see a ban this game. Rumble as well. That goes in the hands of Dyrus. It'll be interesting to see this play. His teleports have been a lot more on point, so he will be participating in the fights when they come.
All right, and the Jinx locked in after Lissandra and Annie have been taken. So Team Liquid's showing extremely hard engage and some very quick burst that they could pile on. Wildturtle has performed really well on Jinx so far for TSM.
Yeah,
it's been one of his most picked champions so far. Coming from the backline hyper carry, there's just so much potential. If you have Bjergsen on your team, who's already a huge playmaker and makes these picks to burst down single targets, then Jinx is an extraordinary AD carry to have because she gets resets and you get a huge move speed boost off of a single kill. So you do not really have to worry about the lack of mobility quite as much if you can rely on your mid laner to make a big play.
Right. Well, we got Bjergsen. I'm sure that'll work out for him.
Yeah, and it's great for chaining kills too. Once you get one kill,
check mark
Jinx
right
is great
there.
at chaining them. So we'll see. Rumble though, locked in as well. Going to be able to burn down in an AOE to get everyone low. That's always nice when you do have.
Nice with the Jarvan ultimate on his team this time. It almost works against you when you don't have it, but now that you do have it, you can lock everybody into the cooker.
That's a great point. Everybody got so hyped up with the Narvin combo just because it works better as a better name. Yeah. But this is the original Jarvan combo with the top laner, is the Jarvan Rumble, keeping them inside the Cataclysm for the Rumble.
I like that. I think we should call it the cooker.
I like that too, the pressure cooker.
The pressure cooker. Putting on the pressure, you get cooked up.
But there's fire too, so it's definitely not a pressure cooker. That's
all right. So it's just a cooker.
It's just a cooker.
We'll retract back to previous
the hot pot. We'll call it the hot pot.
We did see a Cassiopeia ban last game. However, it could be in the hands of the Bjergsen here as we look for 3 seconds on the clock in this last pick. The hover is Cass, and it will be a snake on Bjergsen for this game. Very interesting.
And this is the Cass with the increased mana cost. We actually, I was expecting more Cass at the very beginning of the season before the mana cost nerfs to her, but it took a while, I guess, for the practice to come through. Bjergsen picking up the cleanse as well. That's always useful when you're facing a team with this much hard engage, to say the least. So Lissandra, Irelia, Annie stuns. We will see. Also a very good counter-engage team here from Team Solomid. They saw the early picks here, Lissandra and Annie, know that Team Liquid are going to come straight for them. If a team is going to come at you head-on, you have a Janna, Cassiopeia, and a Rumble. That's really good counter-engage, actually, for TSM.
Well, the first time these guys played, Liquid did ban Cassiopeia. They were afraid of how Bjergsen played it. So coming into this one, the second matchup these teams hit head-to-head, Bjergsen will be on Cass, and we are about to get into the game. Good at shake hands, Loco Doco, and the rest of the coaches. I believe Matt is his name.
The other thing is they have a lot of burn damage here, damage over time for TSM. Not only the fire, but as well poisons from Bjergsen. So you're going to have to watch out for people flashing late and still dying to damage over time.
Painful stuff. The players are now loading onto the game, so let us know who you think is going to win. Send hashtag TLWin or hashtag TSMWin to @LOLesports. We'll be counting up your votes as they roll in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into our second match of the day here. It's going to be Liquid versus Team Solomid. TSM on a rampage this split at 8-1. Liquid looking to climb now 4-5 in the standings, and we are onto the Rift.
All right, so let's see here. He did stick with the cleanse, still running it.
Yep.
And I think that
Good call.
this makes FeniX's job really difficult, both him and Xpecial. I mean, Xpecial can rely on the flash tibbers, which is a bit easier to pull off, but FeniX is going to have to be very careful with when he uses his claw to go in. If he uses Glacial Path, it's a very, very easy indicator for Bjergsen to be ready with the counter engage, for Bjergsen and Lustboy to be ready. Here comes the invades, though. Standard level 1s getting down the deep wards.
One of these times we're going to see an amazing level 1 play that nobody's ever thought of. I don't know what it is yet, Kobe.
There's plenty of things that
nobody's
people
thought of it yet.
There's been plenty of things that people...
We did see yesterday, I can't recall completely, I'm a terrible commentator. We had a Morgana stick top lane and then kind of hover around that ward, and they were able to fake out the team. I want to say Bunny Fufu, but I'm probably incorrect. Now we just see the regular old textbook deep wards coming in for this one, and nobody's going to really have the advantage. Bjergsen, however, staying off on the side to maybe get attack of poison on and start those charges a little early. He doesn't get anything out of it.
No stacks yet.
Seen by the ward. Turtle heads up towards the top side, and it looks like Keith and Xpecial are going to make their way downtown.
Ping's going out on
Maybe
Keith
not.
and Xpecial. So TSM will know that they've switched priorities here, and they are going to answer.
Yep.
The question is, will Wildturtle still just nope out of this lane matchup? Doesn't look like he will. What a good adaptation. Since they saw them swing up towards the top, they switch over and take the Krugs to get the experience advantage for the 2 versus 2. That is really, really smart from TSM. They're not going to avoid the 2 versus 2. They're going to instead get the advantage. If they had not seen that the lane swap was being called, they would have just rushed to this lane in order to group up the minions to get the freeze. But really good adaptation on the fly here from Turtle and Lustboy.
This is something we saw earlier today in that video from Lemon Nation, saying that, like you're saying, is a huge advantage for the AD carry duo, and you have to be careful. So Keith and Xpecial are definitely on alert right now. That level 2 is very early, but they're not really able to hit it with Xpecial holding the stun.
I mean, it's more for the laning presence there to have the extra experience and advantage. It's not the playmaking from the Janna Jinx is not quite there for the level 2 power spike all-ins. Really hard to combo Janna knockups into Flame Chompers, but if they did pull that off, I would be extremely impressed.
See a little bit of rotation here from Santorin towards the mid. That's just to get an early ward and safety for Bjergsen there. Definitely going to be a focus of this game, as he is one to carry TSM whenever they're in trouble, which hasn't been very often because he's carrying the game anyways. Turtle and Lustboy now hit the turret at level 3. Dominate makes his way to the bottom lane, forces a flash, and that's going to be the flash attack as well. Quas and Dominate expending a little bit, but coming up with first blood.
And that is the most common gank in standard lanes. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. With the changes to the jungle, less junglers can pull it off. but you still have to respect that 3-minute, 30-second solo lane gank in the long lane.
Yeah.
And Dominate takes the path through the river, so he avoids Dyrus' Tribush ward there. It's a good job communicating. Quas telling Dominate the direction that Dyrus went to go when he warded.
Right.
And he took advantage, hugged that wall, and got in behind Dyrus.
Quas throws out the ward.
Oh, no, he went through the dragon. Even better.
Ah,
Over the back of the dragon wall.
You can see the Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
So Quas's teleport is down, but so is his flash. 85% there for Team Solomid. So this may draw Santorin back down to try something on Quas, get Dyrus back in the game. Right now, he's spent majority of his time on the top side of this map, working these wards he placed just recently. Nothing to come of it just yet. Maybe something here in the top lane, but he is visioned out by a ward. Xpecial gets caught. He flashes in anyways, forcing the flash also on Xpecial. Summoner's just being blown everywhere.
Yeah, and that was pretty much all Wildturtle there. Good play. Get the flash out of Annie is always relieves you for the next 5 minutes. They're definitely going to want to keep timers on the Annie flash. Very important summoner to time. Actually, reduced from 5 minutes because he will almost certainly have that utility mastery.
So that was a Raptor clear by Dominate, and then he set up on Scuttle Crab. So we have another ward being placed in. Bjergsen, level 5 here. Twin Fanging in. FeniX turns around for some odd reason. Having the potion chug is going to help him out here, but he was trying to draw in Dominate. He was a little too far off.
And I just want to point out the reserve style here from Bjergsen. He could have flashed to get that kill for it, but exposing himself, it's because he didn't have any vision. He didn't have any vision of the enemy jungler. And Dominate was coming by an extended trade here. All right.
Very interesting.
Bunch of minions on the side of TSM there, though, so Liquid
that was the back pedal for Team Liquid.
Pushed off. Especially in the early trades, you really have to work around, especially the range minions that build up when you're thinking of going for those trades. But Bjergsen, doesn't overextend, takes the Summoner spell win in the trade, and does not go down to the jungle gank that was on its way. Very smart, because even if you do flash for that kill and you get it, you give up more money by giving away the assisted kill to the jungler. Extra bonus 50%.
Bjergsen drawing a little bit of attention here in the mid lane. Very close to hitting that first spike point of Cassiopeia, so he'll definitely have an easier time in lane with that first bit of stacks, and there it is.
Yeah, and we do want to mention, with the changes to Cassiopeia, I mean, she always liked to get the tier, but with those mana cost changes, what it really did is reduce her extremely early on level bullying, because before she could go level 2, sort of a cheesy move.
It was mean. It was mean.
And just land one poison and just chain skills on you until you have to run all the way out of the lane if you misposition. But the mana cost changes made it a lot more difficult for her to do that, because she would run very quickly. But Bjergsen went back, got a very early tier, and he's off to a great start here. Still bullying FeniX in this lane. Great use of the poison harass.
So Dominate's style of jungling has been a little different this game. He's kind of just presence in lane, walk out. He did it mid, now in the top lane. What's he trying to get out of this? With Dominate's movement, he's only been mid. We showed Bjergsen, now he's top, just pushing. Is he looking to farm? Now he has 6, but he hasn't really been providing much for the team.
Yeah, it looks like he's just been going for, standard gank opportunities, keeping track of the vision of the enemy team. He went through the dragon pit to gank on Dyrus, grab first blood. He is making quite a lot of spread out ganks, visiting every lane here, it seems, but the mid one was fairly reactive, I think, just to the situation where they were trading heavily. You always want to watch your lanes as a jungler and go to the lanes that are trading heavily, because those are the least likely to be paying attention and waiting for one of those.
The opportunity for a big gank is always present when they're just fighting back and forth, tunneled in on that lane. Blue buff over to Bjergsen. The same's going to be here for FeniX. These guys definitely have some kill potential on each other now with that buff on the mana. We do have the damage over to Bjergsen's side with just the Negatron cloak here for FeniX, so got to be careful. Bjergsen can come out with the plays. Dominate still playing the vision game. He realizes that rotation out of mid lane is a bit too scary for him to save, but they also have Xpecial rotating up here, so both teams trying to make plays right now.
Yeah, both supports roaming at the same time here, too. They shove up the lanes to try and buy time. It's something that you always see in professional play. Every time the lane with the support gets the opportunity to push their lane, they do it so that they can buy time for their support to roam around. You need to play that vision game as early as possible so that you don't fall behind, because you really have to keep up in especially the defensive vision game, or else you will be crowded out.
So looking around now at the CS, kind of tells the story of why Dominate has been kind of just showing himself mid. That's the only lane that's in favor of Team Solomid. Everything else very close. Bjergsen right now 80 to 60 CS there. Can definitely give FeniX some trouble if he wanted to, but he has to make sure he doesn't get too close to the crowd control mage.
Yeah, and speaking of getting too close here, Xpecial's flash is back up, and he's almost level 6. So TSM do need to be a little bit cautious about the all-in. They still have all their summoner spells available right now, so they can get the exhaust down. They have the summoner heal, and they also have the Janna ultimate. But if Team Liquid go for Janna and try and 100% burst her before she gets out of the stun, I always have to be a little bit cautious. Sightstone already picked up on Lustboy though, so he does have extra HP to survive a burst.
FeniX will stay safe. The claw is very good to get away.
I was gonna say it's a very risky escape move if the Raptor camp is up. You're gonna take a lot of harass while doing that. But it was down. Clear escape for him, able to avoid the poison chain from Bjergsen. Another hop over the back of the Dragon Wall from Dominate.
Very nicely done.
Seen on the exit, so TSM will get the Dragon timer.
Just use the tunnel again. He's going back home.
Yeah, it's back.
Make another one, why not? So Dominate keeps himself safe. They will know that the Dragon has been taken, so TSM will have a bit of a timer on that and the ability to present themselves at the fight when the time comes. 15,000 to just about the same on the side of TSM. We said Bjergsen, the only one with the lead here in the mid lane, and he's given FeniX a pretty hard time.
Yeah, look at all the vision that's supporting him now too.
Yeah.
Santorin coming out, warding on the bottom side. Bjergsen also buying wards for himself. Plenty of vision around this mid lane, pretty much on all sides. So that
that was some swagger.
Well, yeah, it was some swagger, if you will. That's one of my favorite tunnels, though. You can do that on either side, and it doesn't matter if it's a duo lane or a solo lane, but it's so difficult for the opponents to clear that tunnel because it puts them in a really vulnerable position.
Yeah.
So you can leave it there, and then your reoccurring gank, you can use that tunnel and gain extra distance. There's the bullying from Cassiopeia. That's what you used to see even just at level 2, but now we can continue all throughout the entire game because they have ridiculous vision around mid. FeniX having a hard time. And he's also going to have a hard time in the team fights, as we said. It makes Lissandra's job really difficult to get in if she knows that there's so many counter-engage options for TSM. There's the burst.
Oh, Wildturtle. Very low, but he puts the chompers in place with the disengage, and they're not able to really follow through. Xpecial can, however, get that stun primed once again.
Yeah, so going for Jinx, they can't kill him in the initial round, but they can get him low enough for the follow-up.
Hey, if you're determined, Kobe, it can still happen. Team Liquid's going to come in, make the game 3-0. Xpecial getting out with a sliver of health on that one. They're going to grab the turret, too.
Such a good call there from Team Liquid. Now, the chances of bursting someone down would be higher if they all-in on Lustboy just in the 2 versus 2, but they're playing the long game there. Calling the support from the double gank for a mid laner and top laner coming in. And they get both of the kills plus the bottom turret, and it's up to TSM to try and trade.
Well, Bjergsen's still been untouched, highest CS in the game. And we saw what factor he can make in just the CLG TSM game, being one to help carry if it gets late enough. He's in that position, and the rest of the team isn't too far behind. But Team Liquid has done good at getting first moves in. Now Triforce is finished, 3-0 on the board, and they've spread that to a 1,000 gold lead with First Dragon. So great early map control from them to get this game in their hands. See if TSM can start to answer soon. Dyrus does have the Haunting Guys and Sork boots up. The Taster's Choice first build there for Rumble. So if they get into that big team fight, could mean Good things for them.
Yeah, good things indeed. Now, Team Liquid, after taking bottom turret, swapping up to top here. They want to grab the easy outer turret gold. It looks like they will have pressure up there as well. Dyrus by himself at the moment, going to have to give up that ground. And I just want to commend them one more time for that play bottom. It was so well planned to have the burst, blow all of the cooldowns, and then Dominate comes to gank, bringing a ward with him. And he's the one who dropped that lane ward, by the way, on the bottom side for Quas to teleport in on. Just a really good, well-coordinated move there from Team Liquid. And we'll see how well Quas can hold onto this turret, because top one seems to be going down for TSM.
You know, it's actually something we heard in the Team Liquid episode, is that Dominate would have games when he focuses on warding, focuses on helping the team. Right now, he needs a little bit of help. Is he going to be able to get it? Tries to get out. Oh, no! It blows up on Quas. Oh, got him on the big hips.
Another snipe from Turtle. It's definitely a fairly good Jinx player. Now, the thing is, they went for that strong side play, sending the jungler down to the duo lane here for TSM. They know they have the numbers to make that invade, so good call here from Santorin and TSM. Able to even out the turret trade and pick up one kill for their troubles.
Can't put past TSM to just make a move, even if they haven't really gotten anything all game. That starts off on to Dominate, and that kill to Wildturtle is very big for him. Infinity Edge is finished. Team Solomid may be able to work a bit of the map now that mid turret and bottom turret is down. And we said they didn't get that first dragon, but Santorin was there to know that it's going to be a minute until it's up. So that may be their fight with Rumble.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, though, because while TSM do have Rumble and Jarvan combo, which is great for this second dragon, Team Liquid have hit the double Trinity Force power spike, which is also fairly imposing for the next 40 seconds before this dragon does pop up. Plus, they're the team with vision control right now, and vision control plus the amount of hard CC that Team Liquid have make it very, very scary for TSM to try and gain control of that area back. Don't know if the next dragon will be worth it for them to try and check into the fog of war. Looks like they are going to take this opportunity to get it, though, because Dyrus, or Quas, no teleport up, and he just showed in the top lane.
Yeah, he'll be walking down.
I feel like TSM should give up this dragon just because of the overwhelming vision advantage and the fact that they have Cassiopeia trying to stack up.
Yeah.
They don't want to have to face check into it, and those double Trinity Forces are ridiculous at this point.
That, especially with the bombs and the magic damage as well, being shredded by the Scepter. Can he do it again?
Oh my! That was so
word.
close. If someone was standing next to it,
that would have been theirs. I think I would have executed.
Yeah, the thing is with the ultimates like that, it has to blow up on a champion, right? So somebody has to be standing next to the dragon for it to hit first to get the area of effect damage of the explosion.
Oh my word.
What a shot from Turtle. But nobody was standing next to it, so it flies right through the dragon.
Whoa, that's a nice Rumble ultimate. The damage was partially done, but it was the slow they were looking for to keep the fight together. Team Liquid's able to waltz right out of that one. They have great coverage still in this area of the map, and Team Solomid's very aware they're not going to walk into a brush without the vision. They stay mid, and they're just going to slowly start to push these waves. So second dragon going over to Team Liquid. Nicely done by them. What an engage. Tibbers is out. Santorin goes in, and he's actually going to go down, but he takes down Xpecial first. Santorin will be hit up by Quas, and now they just start to chain the kills together. This is what we talked about, that chase. Once Wildturtle gets one, he gets two, and the rest of the team is there to make sure he's safe.
Oh, yeah. The counter-engaged squad from TSM, and Turtle has a red buff to boot. Not only is Jinx really good at chasing down champions when she gets excited, but the extra slow, picking up another kill for them, and flashing forward. Good play there from Turtle.
You can see why Liquid kind of would have wanted that fight with the Rumble ulti being down. Really well assessed by Team Solomid, though, to pull that one back into their favor after being engaged on. See Liquid still trying to push a few of these waves out so Team Solomid can't get too much deep vision. Here we go. Good to see that again.
Let's take another look here. Keep your eyes on Bjergsen. Xpecial flashes and gets it stunned before it goes off. Bjergsen got his ultimate off in between the Tibber stun and the Lissandra stun. So he got that bit of damage off. And then, as we know how this one ends, the chase down.
The chase indeed. So they need to be able to kill someone almost immediately if they go in for those fights. TSM has time to recuperate. We see what happens here. We'll see if Liquid can keep map vision on their side, keep these dragons going, because the fights so far are not looking too good.
Yeah, and remember, Team Liquid have to keep in mind that Bjergsen is running cleanse. So he can get out of this stun, even if you're flashing in to try and layer.
Easy thing to forget, unfortunately.
Cassiopeia with cleanse, very scary, especially since his Seraphs, he's already upgraded into Seraphs now. The Archangel Staff is already transformed, so he has an extra shield. And he's building the magic resist. So the all-in from the people who are going to initially be doing damage to him, the Lissandra and Annie, is what he's building against just to survive that burst. So he have the extra magic resist plus the shield to rely on. He's getting tanky enough that he can just use the cleanse and he'll survive that burst and get off his ultimate, followed up with sustained chase. This is a really well-crafted answer that TSM have to Team Liquid's very straightforward all-in squad.
Yep. That's what you get out of the top team in the league. It's why so many of Team Solomid's games look very methodical, and just like they had the idea from the get-go. Hardly anything goes wrong in these if it's a few deaths here or there. Like we said, within this last game, Wildturtle was the only one to die. Team Liquid only got 1 kill.
Yeah, I mean, credit to all the coaching staff behind them, analysts, but also credit to the team. They're playing their comp exactly as intended. They did not go to face check into Fog of War versus the team with the hard engage because they know they need to make use of the cleanse and the shield to be able to survive first. Uh-oh, here though they're getting pinched inside the jungle.
This could be good. A tight choke point for Team Liquid to fight in, but Xpecial gets exploded. Again, the initiation cannot zero somebody out, and TSM has the chance to look at the fight again.
Dyrus finally arrived.
As the support's going down. We have to note that Wildturtle also not able to deliver any more DPS in this fight. He went down quite early, and Team Liquid regained their side of the map, but TSM was getting a little greedy there.
Yeah, TSM, this is why they want to take those fights out in the open, where they can clearly see the engage coming and make use of their counter moves. Really good job by Team Liquid to collapse, pick them off while they're separated. Dyrus was not there, does not have teleport, was not able to join, so Team Liquid take the kills as well as shove up mid lane.
Dominate nicely stealing red. Was pinged out, so they should have the timer on the side of Team Solomid if they want to go ahead and get that back. 1 minute on Dragon. Keith is going to clear this bottom lane, and I believe we'll get some more wards in here from FeniX and the rest of the team to make that secured. TSM didn't exactly have that Dragon. Not sure that they're going to want to go for it, but we'll see if they fight. We'll see this last fight here choked out at the blue side of Team Liquid.
Yeah, so yeah, they just all funnel into the jungle here and get collapsed on from all sides. The teleport from Quas, they have to all split. After Turtle is down, every man for himself. You just have to try and escape with as many people's lives as you possibly can. Did get 1 counter kill there onto Xpecial. So not the end of the world for TSM.
Right.
Just a little bump in the road. Still behind in gold, by the way, even though they do have many counter engage tools. It is Team Liquid who have the advantage right now, and they're looking to press it.
The Troll Crab.
Crab is caught in the middle of an epic battle. He just wants to go underwater.
Well, success for the Crab. Liquid now getting as much control as they can. A nice speed up. Wow, they actually decide to chase Dominate even though he had the Shrine charge. He was able to get out nicely. Not the best of equalizers. That's just going to be the red carpet behind Team Liquid. And TSM, I believe there was a bit of miscommunication there because there was a lot of in and a lot of out from the team.
Turtle's just always going to go for those from now on, just because it happened that one time. Ultimate down, though, for Jinx. Can't blame him. It has worked out once. And his second one was extremely close. That fight, though, once again, Team Solomid with a partial engage.
Right.
And they really need to be able to see the entire team of Team Liquid coming for this squad to work out. When they're split up like this and not able to make use of Cassiopeia as well as Janna for disengage and re-engaging with Rumble Ultimate, we can see how well just the straight up hard CC of Team Liquid pays off in the spread out fights, with Santorin going one way, Dyrus coming from another. They are able to separate them, pick them off, and take another dragon. So Team Liquid still stacking up the dragons. That is number 3, by the way.
Yeah.
Only 2 more to go.
Yeah, very reminiscent of how Team 8 was able to come back. They found these big clumped up fights. For Team 8, it was Orianna ultimates that hit it, but it's just been kind of mishaps for Team Solomid. A missed Rumble ult that time, and like you said, back and forth engage. So Team Liquid here to press their advantages 24 minutes in. Hold that 2,000 gold lead. Xpecial not able to steal off the blue from Bjergsen. That is necessary for him right now. Let's see if Team Solomid can recuperate from this little mishap. Still have a lot of pure power built up onto Bjergsen, so he can come out big in any of these fights. And we also haven't seen a good combo of Santorin and Dyrus getting the Jarvan ultimate and an equalizer.
Yeah. And this TSM squad packs a lot of damage for the late game.
Yeah.
They have 2 extremely strong AP threats, followed up by one of the best late game hyper carries there are in the game with Jinx. Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer already completed, so Turtle alone provides a ridiculous amount of AD threats, and Jarvan will also be able to armor shred as well and help her out. So a lot of damage for TSM still to come if they can hold on.
Interesting to not see a lot of the Iron Solari piece together more here for Team Liquid by this time. That AP may be a big factor for TSM.
And Team Liquid, as always, when you have Corki matching up against more conventional late game carry like Jinx, gotta be worried as far as ending out the game on a timer.
Yeah.
Corki will start to fall off, and Turtle's only going to skyrocket from here.
So Team Liquid biding their time as they clear their side. Same thing here from TSM. The Dragon pretty much gating us on, I believe, our next fight. I don't know if Team Liquid can really approach these turrets right now. They don't have the waves to do it. TSM has that in their favor at least. Figure out what they can do next here with this bit of a lull. Down only 2 kills. Xpecial, a little ahead of everybody, but they're just placing consecutive lane wards. They want to know where TSM is at all times. Gonna have to get some big clearing coming out here from TSM on their side.
And I actually like the approach that Team Liquid are taking to this. Since TSM have, big damage threats of both types, Team Liquid are more going for damage of their own. And they are relying on bursting people down. Hard CC, trying to take people off of the field rather than mitigate their damage. They just want to kill them. Yep. So the semi-defensive items of Hex Drinkers are what they're going with.
Right.
They also add damage. But pretty much everybody looking for early spikes here. And they're still riding those double Trinity forces. They still definitely have plenty of burst. Full reset, by the way. Only takes 5 soft leashes now. Doesn't even get it after all that work.
Oh, I gotta love it. So Turtle gets that. We saw the effectiveness of him having that in a previous fight. Those 2 kills came to him very easily, especially with Zap to follow. Where the next kill is going to come from, Kobe. 1:50 on Dragon. We do have Quas tending to a bit of a split here.
Well, I think the next kills will be coming from inside of the TSM jungle, because Team Liquid have set up a very strong network of wards inside both sides of the TSM jungle, so they can pick somebody off. And TSM has to be very careful about walking into the squad that has Lissandra Annie, because that is plenty of CC and burst to finish off anyone that they do pick off. Team Liquid really would like to get one of those picks sometime soon so that they can grab Baron. Maybe they will get to the point where they feel like they have to bait Baron and draw TSM out into the jungle in order to get one of those picks.
This is kind of an extended version of the outer line of turrets went down, and now they can't break the second tier because they just aren't ready.
Yeah, TSM got to group up if they want to move anywhere that's not straight through a lane.
Right.
Really dangerous for them. They're trying to venture into enemy territory, though.
Well, Dragon number 4 could be pretty big. Liquid very adamant about grabbing them as soon as they are up, and it would really put a timer on TSM's game if that happens. Good clear for the mid wave here, but it's all about the dragon.
As we mentioned, it's the neutral objectives here for Team Liquid. They're not looking to shove in on turrets. They want to draw TSM into the area that Team Liquid have established vision control over and get that burst down to pick somebody off. So Team Liquid are staying to the battle plan.
Yeah.
This is a good job by them, sticking to the strengths of the team that they have.
Dyrus.
Now, though,
very close to being on with those harpoon shots. Nobody's going to be able to affect this. FeniX, pretty far split from the team here. Quas and Dominate could drop to the south side of Dragon and get safe on this one. It looks like they flash in from Xpecial. They drop Dyrus before he can even Rumble ult. Another fight without the combination of Jarvan and Rumble. Either of them as they go down instantly. Quas still tries to go in, pulls the exhaust out of Lustboy. That means everybody else is going to be putting on the damage. And also Wildturtle flashes through. That's another one. Does he keep going? He doesn't have a scepter yet. He cannot lifesteal. He goes down as he is just pinned in. Quas still flying through for the kills. Gets another one. He also had a shutdown on Turtle, so he just came into some cash money.
that Irelia stud. Turtle could have picked up 2 more if he did not get CC'd there. Might be picking up a Quicksilver, even though they already have the kills. But man, so Team Liquid, as we said, they know that they don't want to fight out in the open, so they go to clear mid, and they're pressuring Dragon. They force Team Liquid, or Team Solomid, come into the river, and Dyrus 100% it to 0 in that stun, without even all of Team Liquid there.
That's one of the things waiting for Xpecial to do, is be able to put that much damage on with follow-up. We saw everybody walking out of the stun.
Watch it again here. So it's
just
Keith and Xpecial. They go into the Fog of War. He gets the double stun, followed up by the Lissandra ultimate. So they're able to burst Dyrus down without even all 5 members there. And the counter engage there, you can see it comes, but it's just a little bit too late. If TSM had gone into that bush 5 strong, well, then they probably would have get 5 man.
Locks up, right?
But yeah, there. He gets the Irelia stun, locks him up long enough so Xpecial doesn't die. Yeah, actually, it's such a tough decision, because if you group up and you go in as 5, then yes, you can back up whoever gets picked, but you're all getting stunned by the tippers at that point. So you're gonna have to take that AoE. Very difficult to space against that. And that's why I liked TSM's initial thought, which was shoving down the mid lane to create pressure. Since this is the 4th Dragon, you do have the option of trading objectives rather than face checking into the river.
Yeah.
So rather just shoving up to a lane,
the scales are
forcing Team Liquid to come defend it, or go with that trade of taking the Dragon for the turret.
Well, the scales are definitely tipped in their favor, and I'm sure Keith feels good playing against the guys he looks up to right now at 5, 1, and 6 on that Corki. Definitely having a good game, but he's also a benefactor of everybody playing well on Team Liquid right now.
Yes, he is. Team Liquid definitely individually playing well.
I like the idea
sticking to the team plan
of not, like, maybe they didn't do it on purpose, but the locket, they went with the damage magic resistance item, so everybody could still just rock these fights. They are going in hard. Maybe they'll get a locket later. I like the buys for now, though. It threw me off at first because I thought they were going to be taking a lot of damage from Dyrus and a lot of damage from Bjergsen. But they have made it work. 12-7, 33 minutes in, and they look to spread that gold lead a little more here as they come out of the base and group for the next fight.
Thing is, now TSM are really hard pressed because that was the 4th Dragon going over to Team Liquid.
Yep.
Now not only do they have to worry about Barons, but they also have to worry about the 5th Dragon. So there's just so much of the map that they need vision on, and they just can't keep it up. Need maybe an extra scrying orb on TSM. I think that this is one of the games where you would recommend double scrying orbs for TSM, because a face check into an Annie, you cannot do that again.
Yeah, it's right. Basically what happened in the mid lane. We had just talked about how good Team Liquid had moved up all their vision, and that was TSM kind of blindly trying to find place to put wards. Here, Bjergsen getting caught out. Nice dodge by Keith, but they will not trade any significant amount of damage. And already Xpecial on clearing more wards. Should be able to get 2 out of this one. Team Liquid's ready to go back at it. We'll see if TSM can stop this one. Bjergsen in the top lane is, if they see him right now, they may go for something here.
Yeah. The other thing is, TSM, they don't have that single really beefy tank, which is always what you want against Annie, to try and zone Annie off. They have nobody to really take the initial hit on TSM because their tank is their jungler, who also went Sightstone, which, even though it does have defensive stats on it, is not efficient as a defensive item. So they will have to wait quite a long time for Santorin to get to the point that he can actually take those first initial hits from Team Liquid. Dyrus getting pinged out on the bottom side now.
I thought that would happen a few minutes ago, but they take their time on it, moving back up towards the top. Team Liquid still, that is like safety is the name of the game right now for them. They don't want to do anything that will lose them this lead.
Yeah, I mean, they got 4 dragons in the bag.
Yeah.
So the pressure's not on them. The onus is on TSM. Because TSM, if they wait around and just clear and clear and clear, then they're going to have to run into the same situation again. And they need a better answer this time. They need more scrying orbs, or they need somebody with a Banshee's Veil to be able to run in and try to face check it with everyone. They have to spread out a bit better for the next engage. It's going to be very tricky, the positioning for TSM.
Well, they play very well in these high-pressure situations when it comes to the fights. So it's going to have to be the perfect initiation from Team Liquid. And right now, that's exactly what they're waiting for. Teleports up on Quas. He's happily pushing the bottom lane. Dyrus will be there already. So we'll see if Team Solomid tries to force Liquid into something they don't want.
The other possibility for TSM is to not face check and just trade Baron for 5th Dragon. Watching AD carry Annie.
AD carry Annie into Irelia's stun. Breaks my heart. And Quas has been throwing down the stuns all game, throwing down the kills as well. This could be another one. That's the chop coming in from Quas. Dyrus goes down, and Team Liquid can now start to have free reign on the map with the open split.
Man. 30 seconds until the 5th Dragon.
They don't have that vision.
Too.
Oh, man.
Well, Team Liquid don't want to have to face check anything.
No, I thought they were going to. That's the thing. Playing it safe. That gives Quas the bottom tier turret, and Liquid continues to play this one perfectly. Very nicely done there with the moves and backing off so TSM can't gain anything back right away.
So the thing is, Team Liquid can burn down this dragon. I'm wondering how greedy they'll be. Will they send people to stop Baron while simultaneously taking dragon? That looks to be the call at the moment. Dyrus will be up in 9 seconds with teleport. So much pressure on TSM right now.
Slow going. They want this fight, but they know it is a nail biter right off the bat. Dancing back and forth for the perfect initiation. They don't find it. They're going to be forced to go goal side back towards their base to try and protect the waves.
Okay, so here comes the 5th Dragon. This is forcing the issue. They can just try to zone TSM and buy time for Dominate to grab it. Everybody's funneling in, though. Lustboy's the one to lead the charge. And they're going to run him off of it.
This is going to be... No, it's only halfway down. That could be a very good Rumble ultimate. He throws it into the channel of Dragon, but it's not really going to affect too many people. Yeah, FeniX getting hit up. He is going to have to Zanya as Team Solomid loses Dyrus here. Aspect of the Dragon smited out by Dominate. Will they be able to get out of this fight safely, though? TSM has seemed to gain ground, and that's the zap coming in from Wildturtle. They finish off one. Does Turtle continue? He's got the blue up on. The rockets hit. Zap to come up. The flash from FeniX as he saved it throughout the fight. And they get out alive. Aspect, however, when they come back up to push down the lanes.
Turtle is doing so much work this game. And once again, we're cautioning against the late game here from TSM is huge.
It is.
They were able to take off 2 of these 5th Dragon buffs, and they were able to clean the field, gaining position around Baron. If they're able to finish this off, Rek'Sai also used her ultimate. Rek'Sai is here. Not in time.
Oh, the steal from Dominate! The kill!
Dominate!
The double kill from Dominate!
Oh
the beat there as well!
Well, that's the end of that.
Absolutely huge. The surge from TSM to give that gasp of hope and then just taken away.
Rek'Sai ultimate, and she's able to get there just in time. Steals the Baron, and Dragon buff empowered Corki cleans up the kills. Woo, Team Liquid. They were a little bit worried there for a second, but everything's back to calm now.
Yeah, that was intense. Plays being made. They knew they had to get out of the base immediately and stop TSM from taking that.
Well played.
It now equals into an inhibitor. This game is actually still quite early for the timers, so we are going to have people coming back up, not on that 65-second timer just yet, but it is 2 inhibitor turrets. And Liquid's actually going to be looking for more. They feel like they're strong enough to stay here. The mana bars are up, the health bars are up, and 2 clean inhibitors. They're going to make their way back to home.
Yeah, they got a large amount of global go-to-go purchase after that, but man, 2 inhibitors down. That is a huge sigh of relief for Team Liquid. All right, so Keith on the outside, he's trying to poke with his dragon buff. Dominate flashes up to the wall just to barely get max range and pulls it off. Woo, what a play.
Still can't believe it. TSM, kind of a desperation call there, thinking they had everything to take the Baron and walk out.
They really, really wanted it. They were almost back in this.
Well, we'll see how cleanly Team Liquid can close this one out. That's on them now. Aspect of the Dragon will wear off shortly, so it can be regained. But that's also another fight TSM will have to stop. It's only getting harder. Now the pressure of minions with Baron buff in the top lane. The double siege waves to start coming in. And they're going to start beating down this last outer turret. Once they get on that nexus, or that inhibitor turret, I think it's going to be pretty short for the end of the game, because they're going to have, as we see, Dominate trying to come in from the mid here. You could have the initiation from Xpecial.
This Dragon about to run out, so TSM can make a last-ditch effort.
Yeah.
As soon as the Dragon buff wears out, they might go for an all-in. But they don't have much time because super minions continuing to pile in the base.
Yeah.
Time is definitely running out for them. Dyrus really needs to be able to make a good Rumble ultimate or use his Zhonya's at least in the next team fight. 2 times back-to-back, he has not even been able to get his Zhonya's off because he's been locked up.
Maybe to wait for the fight to pan out and then Rumble ult, because a lot of his ults have either been behind or just off of the team. Very, very close. But I don't know if they have time to wait for anything here, Kobe. Yep. Like I said, Dominate creeping in. FeniX is also doing that in the mid lane to keep the waves pushed, and the Nexus turrets are now seeing these super minion waves, the second one to come in. Team Liquid doing a very nice job throughout the game to hold a lead and keep TSM on the back foot. Yeah. Something teams have not been able to do this season.
Team Liquid really looking strong this game. Keith coming in. Definitely a lot more cohesive of a team strategy this time. Controlling vision really well. Using the early power spike to force TSM. All right, here we go.
Almost Santorin wanted it, but he knew the damage would be too much. All there up on the front line by himself. They lock down Bjergsen. Does he have anything else to say with Cleanse in the fight? He goes back for the shots onto Quas, but he's too tanky to go down immediately. Bjergsen forced to flash out. Turtle coming up big on the other end of the fight. Deja vu from the previous match. Turtle the trippa. Turtle coming in huge with the pentakill.
All right, so they take it down to the wire. You can see the power of that Cassiopeia cleanse counter engage. The cleanse counter engage, even with all inhibitors down at the Nexus turret, they're able to turn the fight. So much late game damage. We cautioned against it all game long, and TSM finally are together, and you get to see the strength of the team comp that we talked about. Turtle here. All right, let's just watch the penta. Counts off. Number 1 on Dominate. 2 is easy on Xpecial. They're both low. And this is the power. This is why Jinx so feared in the late game.
He's probably like, don't run next to me. He's got rockets. That's the first penta of our spring split going for Wildturtle.
And
very nicely done.
He does have that Quicksilver. So Quicksilver and Mikhail for Turtle.
You can't catch him.
If they can keep their backs to the walls here and fend off 3 lines of double super minions.
Kobe.
This would be a very ridiculous comeback. Let's see
that.
Let's see him try though.
This could make its way to a 6-item game very quickly.
I mean, all that Team Liquid have to do, there's triple lines of double siege minions going to TSM.
We got it. Okay.
So as long as Team Liquid don't rush into a fight that they lose, then they'll be fine because they can wait for the dragon. But they're rushing in now.
A flash.
Be patient. All I have to do is be patient.
People are getting antsy right now, Kobe. Things are happening that shouldn't be happening. It's like They figured that out as well. Patience indeed. The deep breath has been had by both teams. This is the fifth dragon again. Quas is causing trouble. Remember, one Nexus turret is already down, so this calls Dyrus back, and he's not in full form to fight Quas at this point.
All right, their patience pays off. They wait for all the minions to get inside the base. Now they can take the clean dragon. And that should be
no rocket that time.
Team Liquid sealing this one. But still, what a well-played team fight they had last time for TSM.
6 out of 6 dragons.
Not quite back up for Bjergsen.
Yeah. Right? That's almost like the window they have to fight in now. If they don't have all these things that's been keeping them alive by a thread, it's probably going to break. The inhibitor to go down shortly. Obviously, the bottom one is probably just going to go down if a super minion wave was still crashing into it. It's taken damage already, and Team Liquid is just doing this one methodically for the last few bits.
Yeah. I do like TSM branching out, trying this counter-engage strategy, but they definitely showed they need a bit more work with it. And Team Liquid did a really good job punishing them.
It's one of the things that Bjergsen said in his interview yesterday after his win on his birthday was, you guys have done so good in the early split here. What are you looking to do in the second half of the split? And he said, improve on styles, how we play. Maybe this isn't the one that they'll have for the beginning, but definitely one that they can improve on. Another Nexus turret goes down here as Team Liquid is dancing about the base as it falls down.
FeniX was recalling. Okay, he stopped his recall. Yeah, all they have to do is stay in the base. They've got 5 dragons. They have all inhibitors down. Just stay here a while and watch.
We get the Polaroids out. It's going to be one last go for broke fight. Santorin, they just flashed right out of the ultimate, but it's going to be a good chase here. Low health bars could mean Turtle picks up some kills. Dominate to the back line. He just calls the team in to say, I can hit your Nexus. You need to come back here. So he's giving
FeniX is recalling. They've given up. They've fended off the second attack from Team Liquid. 5 dragon buff. All inhibitors down, and they fight them off. Now Team Liquid returning for a Baron power. Team Liquid are just going back to the arms dealer. We need more buffs. We need more weapons to deal with this squad that TSM have drafted.
Well, this is gonna get scary because if they can't start doing it now, there's no more buffs to take after this. They're not gonna get any stronger.
All right,
items can come in.
Riv, Baroned up, double siege minions in all 3 lanes. You cannot possibly avoid killing the Nexus.
This is our first double dragon game. This is the second time they've gotten aspect. So if you can't win with double dragon, I don't know what can help you win.
The power of the double dragon.
The power of the double.
So I guess TSM's hope right now would be actually to just charge Team Liquid as soon as they see them.
Go.
Try and get some kills. If they charge them and can get a kill before all the minions flood into the base, now all the super minion buffed, Baron buffed.
To be honest, though, this should also be Team Liquid ending the game. The Nexus is open. They've been in the base so many times, but Team Solomid is doing their damnedest to hold them off. Here onto the inhibitor now. Quas gets a few shots. Rumble ultimate.
Dyrus is almost dead
To
now.
deter them, he needs to go back to the fountain right quick. He doesn't even have home guards, so he can't heal up fast. Bjergsen could go down here. They lock him up. The cleanse is out. Quas takes him down. Lustboy's very close. Turtle gets another one. Turtle for the triple. Quas stays alive. Turtle gets the triple kill. Turtle gets the quadra kill. Oh my God, one more shot. No. Yes, he gets it. Oh my God, Turtle. This is ridiculous. Dyrus takes the pentakill, but they save the Nexus again.
This is definitely the best defense of the Alamo I have ever seen in League of Legends.
I second that.
I cannot believe they're pulling this off. TSM, the real team of Spartans here. 5 members with their backs against the wall.
Who needs 300? They have 5. That's all they need.
Super minions buffed up by Baron, and Turtle still hard carrying. Him and Bjergsen are just pouring out late game damage.
Man, I guess it helps to have 50 accounts in Challenger, right? You just play all the time and you're that damn
good. Man.
Same thing happened versus Counter Logic Gaming as TSM and Bjergsen went off at the end of the game.
Let's actually watch how they're pulling this off, though. Because, once again, Bjergsen with the cleanse, he's able to get out of the first stun. The second round of stuns, he's able to get his ultimate off
That
still.
Mikhail's heal was so good.
Turtle's positioning, by the way, is really good as well. He didn't overcommit to his first kill. His first kill was a zap and an ultimate that he fired from long range on Lissandra. So he did not overcommit into the fight to get the reset. And once he had the speed boost then he started positioning more aggressively. I just really love the way that Turtle plays Jinx.
I think a lot of people are liking the way that he's playing Jinx
The fantasy owners that have Turtle are definitely loving it. 15, 4, and 2 right now for Wildturtle.
He has definitely shown very strong in this game. Thought it was going to be a Keith to carry it from the AD carry position, but Turtle has just stepped up with 9 kills in the past 2 fights. That's ridiculous.
I swear, if TSM win this game,
what do you swear, Kobe?
Dyrus is going to have to do something very nice for Turtle because he is carrying Dyrus really hard.
You could say that. We'll put that one on the docket. We'll remember to bring it back up.
Dinner's going to be on Dyrus tonight.
Dinner on Dyrus. He might burn down the house. We see.
He's not going to cook it. They're going out to dinner.
Oh, fair enough. Might burn down the restaurant. 30 seconds on Dragon. That, I don't even know if that's needed. We've seen it be stopped over and over again. What can help Liquid break the base right now? It would have to be Turtle dying first, I guess.
I think this is also just such a really good example of why we always bring up how Corki falls off late game.
Yeah, we did say that a little bit ago.
And how Jinx is ranked up there in, if not the top 2 hyper carries left in the game. Freak's always really proud of bringing it up.
Loves her. I mean, wasn't she, when she was released, Doublelift got like 3 pentas in 1 game back-to-back, or somebody did, I don't know. But this, at the end game, is how you use Jinx. You get excited with that passive, and Turtle has the positioning to make it happen. Actually catches up to Bjergsen and CS as well with all these waves crashing in. Those guys are gigantic right now. But this could be it, Kobe.
This is triple dragon.
Let's go again.
5th dragon, number 3.
Triple dragon? What does it mean?
It means that TSM are going to pull off another crazy team fight, it looks like. Let's see, though. The last couple times, the equalizers from Dyrus have been much better. He has been landing them on Keith, which provides a much bigger zone of protection for Turtle. Now, let's see if they can pull it off again. Chasing them off the inhibitors. TSM trying to swat away the flies.
Yeah, I was going to say, batting them back and forth, but still, they're getting the bites in when necessary. Flame being the nexus, and that is what Team Liquid wants right now.
Here's what Team Liquid wants.
Every window is open.
Let me tell you what they want. They want Xpecial and FeniX to actually target Turtle instead of Bjergsen. Bjergsen has Cleanse. Turtle has, well, he does have the Mercurial now, so even I guess if you target
everybody
Turtle,
has a way to get themselves out of a bad situation.
And Lustboy's got a way to get anyone else out as well. So
we're not even done yet.
It might be too late for that.
Xpecial has some items to buy. That Quicksilver Sash on Keith isn't finished. Okay, so 3 waves. They're finally crashing in here. Will this be stoppable by TSM?
The thing is, it's not even about the CC anymore. It's just about the damage behind the spells. They need Quas to jump on Turtle, and everybody who can add damage has to pile on Turtle. Here goes TSM, though. They initiate on FeniX.
Oh, FeniX gets hit. That's the Zanyas. Dominate can't do much from the side, and now they're focusing Quas inside the base. Where can Keith and the rest of the team come back in on this one? Good damage from Bjergsen. This looks very good for Team Solomid with the timers being so long. If they can protect the base, they could make a move for Liquid's side. One person's got to stay back. Every 30 seconds, you're going to get a spawn of minions, which is only going to help so much against 3 super waves.
Never have I seen so many super minions lose their lives.
Well, we've officially tacked on the longest game this split right now. 51-31 was what we had to pass, and these guys have drawn it out for the long haul here, Kobe. I do not. They got like a blood transfusion, a lung transplant, but TSM has been able to stay in this.
I feel like we're gonna see the team, the blue minions switch sides pretty soon. They're so tired of fighting for Team Liquid. They need a pay raise. All right, Baron again. Team Liquid will have 5th Dragon plus Baron. Wait, Quas is still down. Are TSM actually going to push outside the base for once? No. Okay. They're going to stick inside the base. Continue to wave clear.
I don't think I've ever seen a team get every single objective
they are
in the game.
coming for it this time.
Yeah, they should.
TSM and both.
Dyrus has teleport, but he's really far away.
Quas does not.
Oh my god.
Quas does not have teleport.
Oh my gosh, this could be the fight. FeniX has enough AoE to make some trouble, but that's only the front end burst. They can then reassess it. The claw goes in. Oh my god, Bjergsen gets annihilated. Santorin as well. 70 seconds for both of them, but they are saved by Dyrus, Wildturtle, and Lustboy because they lost FeniX. This is absolutely ridiculous. Look at Dominate in the base. He's gone for the Nexus. Dominate's a backdoor. The TP in from Quas. This is all they wanted. Team Solomid just had to leave the base. Finally, 53 minutes into the game. What a battle from Team Solomid. And Liquid's able to come up with the win over TSM.
TSM finally get up the strength to venture outside of the base for a second, and Dominate makes them pay for it. Dominate and Quas teleporting up to the Nexus for the sneak attack. What a play. What a way to end that game, Riv.
53 minutes of battling, and Team Liquid takes down Team Solomid. The composition of counter-engage from TSM was at hand today, and it fell to the wayside with the way that Team Liquid controlled the early game. Every single objective that was to be had on the map was had. We got to triple dragon, triple aspect. 3 times Team Liquid was able to grab that. But that just goes to show as well the type of solid defense that Team Solomid can put up from when behind.
Yeah, if only they hadn't made...
There's just a lot
if only the early game had got a
relief.
bit different. The mid game there for TSM, you know, you could see that they had all of the tools. They had the power for late game, but weren't able to hold on.
So TSM takes their second loss of the season from Liquid. Their impromptu placement of Keith during the Piglet.
Well, TSM won the first one, first meeting, right? So it's 1-1 now.
That's 1-1. Looking strong with their decisions that game as well. Dyrus contemplating a bit of the plays, was caught out a few times in the early game. Those booster fights, you can call them, that really gave Team Liquid the advantage when he got caught the first time. And then almost a replicated dragon fight.
And the difference this time was that Bjergsen and Turtle were right next to each other at that Baron fight. I actually want to pull that one back up again because Bjergsen and Turtle right next to each other made FeniX's job a lot more easy. He actually was able to damage both of them. And he initially used the CC on Turtle. So Turtle QSS and backed up a bit. In which time, that small window of time, they were able to take down Bjergsen and remove one of those 2 really huge late-game threats.
They were some amazing plays all around. I know the guys on the analyst desk are going to be talking about this one. That was a very fun game, and that's really what we expected to come out. Team Liquid feeling a bit better. Obviously, they lost yesterday to Winter Fox, but people were looking for this team to start producing different and more results. With Keith, it seems like they're obviously laid back in their play because it took them a while to do things, but they're more sure about their engagements, and grabbing a lead seems a lot easier for them now, which is a huge part of the game, especially against Team Solomid, because they almost lost that lead numerous times.
I think that they're almost ready now. They've calmed down a bit.
Almost ready. I like that.